everybody. Welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. We are basically celebrating St. Patrick's Day all month. We decided that we should probably have an actual Irishman on the episode. So we got Christian Doyle.
I'm glad I could be here.
Yeah. Of Journey Quest. You did make an appearance on Strowlers, so we can name that. We can drop that. Masters of the Metaverse. Gamers, which actually got me started on your stuff, which is back when Netflix used to mail DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my wife saw a description and said, "Wow, that looks horrible. We got to watch that." And it was, but it was the Gamers Darkness Rising.
Oh man, I love that movie. I love that movie.
Yeah. That was our introduction to Christian Doyle, and so we're drinking proper 12 here, and. It's 80 proof. What do you say? Triple distilled?
It's actually a very, very common trait with Irish whiskeys is triple distilled.
That's probably why it goes down so easy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna try this out, and then I think we're gonna have this guy tell us a little bit more about Perf. So the wizard he plays in Journey Quest. If you haven't watched Journey Quest yet, what is your problem?
Come on, why am I even here?
Yeah, to get them to finally make the step. Yeah.
So are we gonna have Dark Helmet do his thing?
Why don't you introduce Dark Helmet?
All right, Dark Helmet, do your thing.
Ludicrous speed.
You guys are gonna have to repeat all that again. Yeah, no. I gotta say, man, the triple distilled. I think a couple weeks ago we did an episode on things you should look for in a whiskey, and I think triple distilled needs to be added to that list because it really helps it go smooth. And I don't know, I think it might actually have just as much weight on how smooth it goes down as cask time. It's definitely makes an impact on the whiskey having that triple distilled. This is proper 12 is a very proper whiskey. I like it. So what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, just comparing it to the last whiskey we tried in the last episode, Tullamore Dew, they both have a very unique smoothness about them. So both whiskeys drink very, very smoothly, but for very, very different reasons. The Tullamore Dew has that initial sweetness that you find in your Jamesons, and then turns immediately into a burn to smooth it out. This replaces that burn with a smokiness that has a little bit of heat to it, but not like that hard burn to cut the sweetness, because it's not as sweet in the front as the Tullamore Dew is. It's a fine, really smooth whiskey. I would drink more.
Well, in case you haven't noticed by the camera angle, compared to these guys, mine went down very smoothly. I've had the proper 12 before. I really am impressed by the fact that I know that he didn't sit there and tested it himself, but still, Conor McGregor had actually a really good idea when he came up with this whiskey. It's really good whiskey. It goes down very, very smoothly. I was able to drop this even just by sipping on it. I wanted to finish half the glass because it's that delicious.
Yeah, it's still right there in front of me, tempting me.
Yeah. See?
Stop looking at me, whiskey. Stop looking at me.
See?
Well,
See?
okay, maybe just a little more.
See? There we go. See? Christian's already understanding. But honestly, no, this whiskey is really, really good. I do like the smoky flavor on the back end, but it's just so easy going down that it's almost dangerous.
All Irish whiskey is dangerous.
Kind of like a mixed drink. You think it's like, oh, this is so sweet, and you keep drinking, and the next thing you know,
what else is Christian Doyle doing?
Your character Perf.
Yeah.
Last we he spoiler alert. He died. Spoiler alert, by the way. Editing. I'll put the spoiler alert before.
You're supposed to say spoiler alert before, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you say we got 2 more seasons left, so we can probably assume that he's going to come back in some way, whether it's undead or real or ghost or how much can you say?
Well, I mean, obviously I can't say too much because I still want people to watch these 2 seasons and fund them for me. But what I can say is that if we assume at this point that Perf, my character, died at the end of season 3, it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that he could come back or we could see more of his adventures, certainly. But it's also not out of the realm of possibility that he could actually be dead. And I don't think it matters.
I want to see undead.
Oh, I kind of do too. But I don't think it matters. I mean, Zombie Orpheus, doesn't need the white male protagonist to keep its story going.
Yeah.
And that's been a big through line of our entire company since we started. And, Perf is kind of a weird take on the standard, white male protagonist trope. It kind of turns it on his ear. He's very, very inept, and he's sweet and honest, but he's not very brave. There's more story to tell with him, as far as I'm concerned. But we have so much opportunity in this 4th season to look at so many of the other characters that are so important to the story. And frankly, they're the best characters on the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, but I'm also very looking forward to seeing what happens to Perf. Because I don't think we've seen the last of him. Last we saw, he was talking to death in the underworld and ran off. So I want to see where that ends up.
Cool. All right. So I think the only way to properly end this episode of Proper 12 is with one single word,